Thailand is a country of sharp contrasts, serene monks and wild nightlife, jungle trails that disappear without warning, and ocean currents that don't care if you're an experienced swimmer. The beauty is real, so are the risks. At the end of this video, you'll understand why some travellers never leave, and others wish they had. And getting here can be part of the adventure, or a total nightmare if you don't know what you're doing. Let's make sure you do. Your journey probably starts at Suvarnabhumi Airport, Bangkok's massive modern mega hub. It's sleek, it's fast, it's also a maze if you land tired and clueless. Most long-haul flights from Europe, the US or Australia drop you here. One step outside and boom, tropical heat smacks you in the face. Welcome to Thailand. But don't assume Bangkok only has one airport. If your flight was weirdly cheap, you're probably landing at Don Mueang. It's Bangkok's budget airline HQ. It's older, scrappier, and yeah, it's a little chaotic, but it gets the job done. Hate cities? Skip Bangkok altogether. You can fly straight to the good stuff. Phuket for beaches, Chiang Mai for mountain vibes, Krabi for a bit of both. These smaller airports are chill and get you right where you want to be. No Bangkok traffic required. Are you already in Southeast Asia? The overland route is still alive and wild. Buses and trains connect Thailand to Malaysia, Laos, Cambodia and Myanmar. The train from Malaysia is smooth and peaceful. The Cambodian border, less so. Expect visa checks, scams, delays, and a story to tell. Here's the good news. Most travellers get 30 days visa-free. No paperwork, no stress. If you need more time, get an extension, or do the classic visa run. Quick trip to a neighbouring country. New stamp, new 30 days. Yeah, it's still a thing, and it still works. Bangkok is not a city, it's a fever dream. The capital of Thailand is a place where contradictions collide, and somehow it works. Ancient temples sit in the shadow of glass skyscrapers. Street food stalls outshine five-star restaurants. A quiet alleyway can lead to the wildest night of your life. And just when you think you understand it, it changes. That's the beauty of Bangkok. It refuses to make sense. But let's rewind. Bangkok wasn't always Bangkok. It started as a small trading post on the Chao Phraya River. Then, in 1782, King Rama I made it the capital. Over the centuries, it grew from a network of canals into a huge metropolis. Today, over 11 million people live here, speaking in a sing-song Thai dialect. You will get lost in Bangkok. It's part of the initiation. Streets change names mid-block, sidewalks are optional, GPS, often confused, even locals shrug when asked for directions. If Bangkok has one thing, it's temples, hundreds of them. The most famous, the Grand Palace, dripping in gold and history. Wat Po, home of the reclining Buddha and some of the best Thai massage masters in the world. Wat Arun, the Temple of Dawn, catching the sunrise like a scene straight out of a dream. Just remember, no tank tops, no shorts, and no complaining when you're forced to wear an emergency sarong. Forget taxis, forget tuk-tuks. The real way to see Bangkok, the Chao Phraya River. It's been the city's lifeline for centuries, carrying kings, merchants, and now clueless tourists trying to figure out which ferry stop leads to their hotel. It's chaotic, loud, and absolutely essential. And if you take the right boat at sunset as the city lights flicker on, it's pure magic. Bangkok's nightlife is a choose-your-own-adventure. Khao San Road is chaos incarnate. Buckets of drinks, questionable dance moves, and the obligatory fire-breathing bartender. Sukhumvit is classier, with rooftop bars where cocktails cost more than your hotel room. The Chinatown is a late-night street food heaven, where Michelin-starred noodles cost less than a soda. And the real magic, the hidden bars, speakeasies tucked behind barbershops, phone booths, even refrigerators. If you can find them, you deserve the drink. Khao San Road is usually a backpacker's dream, with cheap drinks and loud music. But Chinatown, that's where Bangkok's food scene goes nocturnal, with street stalls, secret cocktail bars, and late-night eats. Bangkok's best meals don't come from fancy restaurants. They come from carts, grills, and tiny plastic stools on the sidewalk. The golden rule? If there's a line, it's worth the wait. Bangkok isn't easy. It's noisy, sweaty, confusing, and at times completely ridiculous, but that's what makes it unforgettable. Love it or hate it, one thing's certain, you'll never be bored here. Just a 2-hour drive from Bangkok, Pattaya is Thailand's most infamous beach town, a place where the line between tourist trap and entertainment capital blurs by the hour. Flashing neon, booming bass, luxury condos next to rooftop infinity pools, street food and everything in between. It's where you go when you're bored of pretending you're on a spiritual journey. The city stretches along the coastline in a crescent shape. Roughly 120,000 official residents live here, but the actual number swells daily with tourists, expats and weekenders from Bangkok. Pattaya Beach is right in front of the city, lined with palm trees, jet skis and beach chairs for rent. You'll find jet skiing, parasailing, windsurfing. If it involves speed and salt water, it's here. The water isn't the clearest, but the people watching is top tier. Jomtien Beach is a bit more chilled out, great for families and those looking to avoid the madness. Northern Pattaya beaches are quieter, cleaner and more upmarket, popular with long-stay expats and families. Most people come here for the nightlife. Walking Street is legendary, with thumping clubs, street performers, Russian tourists and EDM overload. But it's not all sleaze. There are rooftop lounges, beach clubs and live music spots that don't feel like scenes from a Vice documentary. If you like shopping, Pattaya's got layers. Terminal 21 is a stylish airport-themed megamall with floors themed after cities. It's trendy, clean and perfect for shooting some social media photos. The Pattaya floating market, on the other hand, covers over 100,000 square meters and is designed around a central lake with canals, wooden walkways and traditional Thai-style stilt houses. Pattaya is a mashup of cultures, eras and intentions, and that's what makes it unforgettable. Not every stop in Thailand is about beaches or temples. Some places make you slow down and remember. Kanchanaburi is a quiet town west of Bangkok, surrounded by mountains and rivers. It's peaceful now, but not long ago, this was the site of one of the most brutal stories of World War II, the bridge on the River Kwai. It looks simple, steel and concrete, walkable in a few minutes. But this bridge is part of the infamous Death Railway, a 415-kilometer rail line built by the Japanese army using forced labor from Allied prisoners of war and tens of thousands of Asian civilians during World War II. Over 100,000 people died here from exhaustion, disease, beatings and starvation, all to complete a rail line between Thailand and Myanmar that barely lasted 2 years in operation. Today, the bridge still stands as a silent monument to those lives. You can walk across it, trains still run, but once you know the story, it hits different. You should visit the War Museum and Thailand-Burma Railway Centre for real history, artefacts, survivor stories and names. You can also stop at the Kanchanaburi War Cemetery, where nearly 7,000 prisoners are buried. Rows of headstones, names, ages, some as young as 18. If you want to feel it, take the slow train ride from Kanchanaburi across the bridge and through the jungle, the same route they built by hand. It's bumpy and slow, but that's the point. This isn't the kind of place you check off a list. It's one you carry with you. Kanchanaburi shows a different side of Thailand, one with pain, resilience and history that still echoes through the jungle. It's an easy trip from Bangkok, about 2.5 hours by train or van. You can do it in a day, but staying overnight gives you time to visit the Erawan Falls nearby. Before we continue, please hit the like button to help this video reach a wider audience. Koh Samui is the second largest island in Thailand after Phuket. It's about 228 square kilometers, roughly the size of Washington, D.C. It sits in the Gulf of Thailand off the country's east coast, and it's part of the Chumpon archipelago. Samui is surrounded by dozens of smaller islets too, like Koh Mudsum or Koh Tan, just perfect for day trips. Getting here is easy if you've got the cash. Bangkok Airways basically owns the airport, so flights are smooth but not cheap. Or you can fly to Surat Thani and take a ferry, which is longer, slower and way cheaper. The interior is just mountainous jungle. Most people stay along the coast, but the middle of the island is basically untouched. If you're into waterfalls, hidden temples and wild views, rent a scooter and go inland. About 70,000 people live here full-time, mostly Thai locals, plus a steady mix of expats, digital nomads and seasonal workers. But during peak season, it can feel like double that with tourists pouring in. Unlike most of Thailand, Koh Samui's rainy season hits later. The best time to go is January to early September. From October to December, it rains hard, but when it's dry, it's perfect. 30 degrees Celsius, light breeze, and postcard sunsets almost every night. The beaches here are legendary. Chaweng is the party central, beautiful but busy. Lots of beach clubs, noise, and jet skis. Great if you want energy. Lamai is slightly calmer, still touristy, and great value. Boput is quieter, more upscale, with boutique hotels and fisherman's village for dinner dates. If you want an empty beach, go early morning or find a hidden cove by scooter. Some of the best spots aren't even on Google Maps. Locals know where they are. Koh Samui isn't just beach naps. There's a solid nightlife scene, especially around Chaweng, with beach parties and live music. So yeah, Koh Samui can be whatever trip you want. Beach bum, honeymoon, full moon warm-up, or digital nomad base. Set deep in southern Thailand, far from the beach crowds and tourist hotspots, lies one of the country's greatest natural treasures, Khao Sok National Park. Covering over 700 square kilometres in Surat Thani province, this park is more than just scenic, it's ancient. At over 160 million years old, Khao Sok is home to one of the oldest rainforests on Earth. Older than the Amazon, thicker than you expect, and bursting with life. This is a place that hasn't changed much since the time of dinosaurs. The forest is wrapped around the towering Tenasserim Hills, with rugged limestone casts shooting up like natural skyscrapers. Deep in the heart of the park lies Cheolan Lake, a large emerald reservoir created in 1987 by the construction of the Ratchaprapa Dam. Though man-made, it's impossibly wild. Sheer cliffs rising straight from the water, hidden caves and floating bamboo bungalows that look like something out of a Lost World movie. The lake isn't just beautiful, it's central. Most overnight visitors stay on floating rafts, only reachable by long-tail boat. There are no roads, no distractions, no cell signal, just misty mornings, distant monkey calls, and water as still as glass. Khao Sok's weather is classic tropical rainforest, warm, wet, and unpredictable. Rainy season is wilder and more humid, with sudden downpours and lush, saturated greenery. Great for the full jungle experience, but trails can be muddy and caves sometimes closed due to flooding. The dry season from November to April is easier for trekking and lake tours. This is also the high season, so accommodations book out fast. Khao Sok is teeming with biodiversity. Gibbons swing through the treetops and hornbills soar overhead. You might even spot wild elephants or the elusive Asian black bear. The park is also one of the only places on Earth where you can see the Rafflesia kerry, one of the largest flowers in the world. It blooms only a few days a year and reeks of rotten meat, which is a trick to attract carrion flies for pollination. It's rare, strange, and a badge of honor if you catch it. Phuket is Thailand's largest island, located in the Andaman Sea, connected to the mainland by a bridge. It's not some remote tropical escape. It's got highways, malls, international hospitals, and a full-blown airport. But go outside the tourist zones, and it flips fast. Rubber plantations, quiet fishing villages, forested hills, and some seriously peaceful beaches. The island runs north to south, with the tourist action mostly along the west coast, where the beaches are. The east is quieter, more local and more low-key. The island sat on the old spice route between India and China. In the 18th and 19th centuries, Phuket was a tin-rich island that drew immigrants, especially Chinese labourers. That's why today, Phuket town has those colourful Sino-Portuguese shophouses and temples. Phuket has a population of around 440,000, but that number swells fast during high season. The locals are a mix of Thai Buddhists, Muslim fishing communities, and Thai Chinese descendants. Phuket town is not by the beach, but full of character. Great for food, murals, cafes, and architecture. A real city with local life, not just tourism. Phuket doesn't do subtle. It's loud, sprawling, chaotic, and stunning all at once. It's where first-timers land and either fall in love or tap out early. But here's the truth. Phuket is whatever you want it to be. If you want beach clubs, rooftop bars, jet skis and full-throttle nightlife, done. If you want hidden coves, quiet sunsets and jungle hikes, also here. Maybe you want to skip the beach entirely and eat your way through old town streets? Yes, that too. Phuket's not just an island, it's a mini-country, and it plays by its own rules. The west coast is where all the action is. The east is slower, more local, with mangroves and island-hopping day trips. Phuket has over 30 beaches. You could spend a week trying a new one every day. The famous Patong Beach is loud and crowded, but iconic. You'll find jet skis, parasailing and nightlife spilling onto the sand. The island was hit hard by the 2004 tsunami. The west coast was devastated. Over 250 people died on the island alone. Today, early warning systems and evacuation signs are everywhere, and the community has rebuilt stronger. You've seen the photos. Crystal clear water, towering cliffs, boats floating like they're photoshopped. That's Koh Phi Phi. And yes, it's just as beautiful in real life. For about 5 seconds before the boatload of tourists pulls up next to you. Koh Phi Phi is actually a small island group in the Andaman Sea, between Phuket and Krabi. The two main islands are Phi Phi Don, the only one with accommodation, restaurants and nightlife, and Phi Phi Le, the famous one with Mae Bay. There's no airport, you get here by ferry or speedboat. Most people come from Phuket or Krabi. The journey takes about 1.5 to 2 hours, depending on the boat and the weather. Prepare to get wet if you're sitting up front. Once you land on Phi Phi Don, you'll arrive at Tonsai Bay, the island's only real port and the hub for basically everything. No cars, no roads, just narrow walking paths and bicycles. It's chaotic, but it works. By day, it has turquoise water, limestone cliffs, scuba diving, and epic viewpoints. By night, there are fire shows and thumping beach bars. It's got big party island energy, especially for backpackers and gap year crowds. But it gets crowded, especially during peak season. It's not cheap. Food, rooms and tours cost more here than in most of Thailand. Monkey Beach is a small, gorgeous strip of white sand tucked into a cove on the southwest side of Phi Phi Don. It's only accessible by kayak or boat. You'll find a troop of wild monkeys just hanging out. The monkeys are macaques and they're used to humans. Maybe too used to them. They'll come right up to you, especially if you have food. You shouldn't feed them. It messes with their health and makes them more aggressive. The Mae Bay on Phi Phi Le is stunning, but restricted. It was made famous by the movie The Beach, starring Leonardo DiCaprio. After that, it became the bucket list spot in Thailand, and that was kind of a problem. It got wrecked. Millions of visitors, hundreds of boats per day, and no rules meant the coral died, the sand eroded, and the ecosystem collapsed. After years of environmental damage, Mae Bay was closed, then reopened with rules. No swimming, no boats directly onto the beach. You have to land on the other side of the island and walk through. The island's popularity has taken a toll on the coral, the beaches, even the local community. So if you go, go responsibly. Don't litter and don't touch the wildlife. Ao Nang is not as wild as Koh Phi Phi, not as polished as Phuket, and not as sleepy as Railay, but it connects them all. This is Thailand's ultimate jumping-off point for island hopping, long-tail boat adventures, and laid-back beach vibes with just enough chaos to keep it interesting. Located in Krabi province, Ao Nang is a small but energetic beach town that punches above its weight. Everything you need is here. Beaches, bars, massage spots, street food, tour offices, and enough backpacker energy to keep it moving without turning into a party vortex. Ao Nang stretches along a curved beachfront with limestone cliffs flanking either end. This is iconic southern Thailand scenery. From the beach, you can literally point at your next destination. Railay Beach, 10 minutes by longtail, Koh Phi Phi, hour and a half by ferry, Hong Islands or Chicken Island, not longer than 30 minutes. It's not the most beautiful beach in Thailand, but it's the most convenient base for exploring the beauty nearby. There's an official ticket booth right on the sand. 150 baht gets you to Railay, Phra Nang or other nearby islands. Ao Nang Beach isn't the kind of place you write postcards about until the sun starts going down. Then it hits you. This beach might not be Thailand's most famous, but it's got something. The sand's not sugar white, and the waves aren't dramatic, but this beach is alive. It stretches about 1.5 kilometers, framed by jungle-covered limestone cliffs. The water is calm, shallow, and always just cool enough to take the edge off the heat. The sun here drops right into the ocean. The sky goes from orange to red to deep purple in 20 minutes flat, and every longtail boat becomes a silhouette against the horizon. Locals and travellers alike stop what they're doing and just watch. Railay Beach isn't your average Thai beach. It's a secluded slice of limestone paradise you can only reach by boat. You can't drive to Railay, you have to want it. There are no roads in or out, only longtail boats slicing across emerald water. It's not quite an island, but it might as well be. Railay Beach is technically part of the mainland, wedged between Krabi and Ao Nang, but it's cut off by huge limestone cliffs that make roads impossible. The result? A pocket of paradise that's car-free, cliff-wrapped, and totally in its own world. The only way in is by boat, usually from Ao Nang or Krabi town. As you approach, you'll see those limestone giants rising out of the sea like the set of a fantasy film. There are no cars or scooters in Railay, just walking paths, jungle trails, and beach access. It's small enough to explore on foot, and that simplicity adds to the magic. No traffic, no horns, just footfalls in sand and the hum of cicadas. Penang Beach is the crown jewel, with clear water and insane cliffs. You must come early before the day trippers arrive. Railay is also one of the top climbing destinations in Asia. There are over 700 bolted routes. Beginners are welcome. Even if you're not climbing, the spectacle of people clinging to overhangs above turquoise water is wild to watch. If you want to see wild Thailand, and I mean actual wild, this is it. Forget beaches for a sec. Forget full moon parties. Welcome to Khao Yai National Park, where elephants cross the road, gibbons scream in the treetops, and the jungle feels like it's watching you back. And the best part? Hardly anyone talks about it. It's only about 3 hours from Bangkok. No flight, no drama. Rent a car or grab a van and you're in Thailand's oldest national park. UNESCO listed, barely developed and massive. The roads cut through thick, misty forest. 1 minute it's calm, next minute you're hitting the brakes because a herd of wild elephants is blocking traffic. Yeah, that happens here. Khao Yai is a legit wildlife sanctuary. We're talking elephants, hornbills, porcupines, deer, pythons, and even wild tigers. Though if you see one of those, congrats, you're the lunch. And yep, that iconic waterfall from the beach movie, it's here. It's called Khao Sok, Leonardo DiCaprio not included. If you're the hike through leech-infested jungle just to feel alive type, this place delivers. You can do solo hikes or join ranger tours. The night safaris are the real deal, riding in the back of a truck, spotlight sweeping the trees, waiting for eyes to shine back. But don't go unprepared. You'll need proper shoes, bug spray, and some respect for nature. This ain't a zoo, it's the jungle and it's real. You can camp inside the park for cheap, or go bougie just outside, with bars and hillside glamping popping up nearby. It's your call. Before Bangkok, there was Ayutthaya, not just a stop on the tourist trail. Ayutthaya was once one of the greatest cities on earth. First, the good news, it's very easy to get here. Just a few hours from Bangkok by train, van, or even boat if you're feeling extra. Founded in 1350, it became the capital of the Siamese kingdom and stayed that way for over 400 years. At its peak, it was massive, bigger than London or Paris at the time, and one of the wealthiest trading hubs in Asia. The city was built on an island at the junction of 3 rivers, the Chao Phraya, Lopburi, and Pa Sak. It had natural defence and was perfect for trade routes. Foreign merchants from Japan, China, Portugal, the Netherlands, and even France set up shop here. By the 1600s, Ayutthaya was an international melting pot, packed with golden temples, palaces, libraries, and booming markets. Visitors described it as dazzling. Streets lined with gold-tipped temples, elephants roaming like taxis, canals like Venice, and a skyline of spires stretching into the sky. So, what happened? In 1767, the Burmese army invaded. The city fell. It was burned to the ground. Libraries were torched, palaces destroyed, statues beheaded, which is why you see so many ruins with missing heads today. Some legends say the Burmese melted down so much gold from Ayutthaya's temples that it funded their entire war effort. Others claim that underground tunnels still exist beneath the ruins. The survivors fled, and just like that, the Ayutthaya kingdom was over. A few decades later, Thailand moved its capital to what would become Bangkok, and Ayutthaya was left in ruins. Today, the remains are a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's one of the few places where you can see the rise and fall of an empire in just a few blocks. Just an hour north of Kanchanaburi town lies one of the most beautiful waterfalls in Thailand. Erawan Falls is part of Erawan National Park, which covers roughly 550 square kilometers of forested hills in western Thailand near the Myanmar border. It's part of the Tenasserim Hills, a mountain range that forms a natural barrier between the two countries. The park itself was established in 1975 and became one of Thailand's first national parks. The water that feeds Erawan Falls flows from the River Kwai via smaller streams and tributaries high up in the Tenasserim Hills. This isn't just one waterfall. It's 7 levels of turquoise pools, limestone steps, and jungle trails, each tier more stunning than the last. Level 1 is easy. You're barely off the parking lot. Big pool, chill vibe, little fish that nibble your toes. Level 2 is fun. Natural rock slides, perfect for families or anyone who wants the waterfall experience without the workout. Once you hit level 3 and beyond, the crowds thin out. The air shifts. It's just you, the trees, and the sound of falling water. Take your time. This is the sweet spot for photos and peace. Getting to level 7 takes effort, uneven paths, roots, a little climbing. But once you're there, it's like the forest is rewarding you. The water is cooler, the vibe quieter, and the sense of accomplishment is undeniable. It's open daily, but get there early to beat the crowds and the heat. The entry fee is 300 baht for foreigners. You should wear proper shoes. Flip-flops will betray you. Bring a swimsuit, but leave the plastic at home. The park is serious about keeping things clean. Food is only allowed at the base. No snacks up the trail to protect the monkeys and the ecosystem. Everyone goes to Ayutthaya, but if you want the real ancient Thailand, you go to Sukhothai, the original capital of Thailand. Despite centuries of battle and exposure to the weather, the remnants of this ancient city continue to stand tall. Built in the 1200s and still standing proud, surrounded by lotus ponds and crumbling stone temples. And here's the wild part. No one's here. It's about 7 hours from Bangkok. Yeah, that sounds far, but the sleeper buses are solid, the train's scenic, and trust me, the trip is worth it. Imagine biking through ancient ruins at sunrise, and the only sounds are birds and your tyres on gravel. No crowds and no lines, just you and 700-year-old statues. You've got Wat Mahathat, the centerpiece, with tall spires and perfect reflections. The kingdom of Sukhothai is credited with the invention and development of numerous unique aspects of Siamese culture, many of which are directly linked to its most prominent and loved monarch, King Ramkhamhaeng, regarded as the founding father of the Thai nation. The modern town is also super interesting. Rent a bike for $1, grab some Khao Sok, maybe chat with a monk who casually drops history knowledge like a podcast. The pace here is blissfully slow. If Bangkok is the engine, then Chiang Mai is the soul of Thailand. Set against the green backdrop of northern Thailand's mountains, Chiang Mai moves slower. What it offers is history, craft, community, and creativity. Chiang Mai is Thailand's second largest city, about 700 kilometers north of Bangkok. Nestled in a wide valley and surrounded by forested hills, it was once the capital of the Lanna Kingdom, and it still feels like it has its own identity. The air's cooler, and the city is built for living, not just visiting. The old city is the heart, a square surrounded by ancient walls and a moat. Inside are over 30 temples, street food corners, and markets that go late into the night. Chiang Mai was founded in 1296 as the capital of Lanna, a kingdom that once ruled much of northern Thailand. It was a major centre for Buddhism, trade and art. That legacy still defines the city today. You'll see it in the temples, in the woodwork, in the festivals, even in the food. This isn't Bangkok light, this is old northern Thailand, still alive and well. Chiang Mai has a population of around 130,000 in the city proper, but when you count the greater metro area, it's closer to 1 million. It's a mix of locals, students, artists, monks, and one of the largest expat and digital nomad communities in Asia. The Sunday walking street turns the old city into one big open-air food and craft fair. The night bazaar is every night and has everything from knock-off sneakers to handmade lanterns. Chiang Mai is calm without being boring. It's spiritual without being preachy. It's digital without losing its roots. You don't come here to rush, you come to settle in. It's the proof that you don't need a beach to be beautiful. It's temples and tea shops, jungle hikes and jazz bars, monks in saffron robes and hipsters on scooters, and somehow it all works together. There's a tiny town in northern Thailand where time slows down, and so do you. Welcome to Pai, a misty little mountain town near the Burmese border that somehow turned from backpacker secret to full-blown vibe. It's small, weirdly addictive, and just remote enough to feel like you've stumbled into something special. But heads up, getting there is not a straight shot. First, you've got to make it out of Chiang Mai. That means hopping on a bus or renting a scooter and then bracing yourself for 762 curves of winding mountain road. Yes, someone counted. If you get motion sick, bring meds. If you're on a scooter, bring guts. So what's the deal once you're there? Bamboo bungalows, $1 smoothies, and views that look like someone cranked up the saturation. Pai's not about doing, it's about being. You can chill out in a hammock, wander through rice fields, and maybe forget what day it is. At night, it flips. The walking street turns into this cozy, chaotic little party with street food, live music, and fire dancers. You'll meet people who planned 2 nights and stayed 2 months. Outside town, nature takes over. Hot springs in the morning, Pai Canyon for sunset, waterfalls that somehow look better in person than they do on Instagram. And yeah, Pai has changed. It's not the untouched hippie hideout it used to be. But that's okay. The magic's still there just beneath the surface. You've just got to slow down enough to feel it. Now it's time to take things onto the open road. The next chapter is for the ones who crave curves and misty mountains. Let's ride the Mae Hong Son Loop, Thailand's greatest road trip. 1,864 curves, that's not a poetic number, it's official. And every one of them winds through northern Thailand's wildest corners, from mountain passes and pine forests to mist-covered valleys and borderland towns most tourists never see. If you want to feel like you've earned your journey, this is your route. It's a 600-kilometre circuit that starts and ends in Chiang Mai, wrapping around the northwestern province of Mae Hong Son. You'll pass through tiny villages, national parks, hill tribe communities, and steaming bowls of noodle soup. You can do it clockwise or counterclockwise, by motorbike, car, or even by bus if you're patient. Most take 4 to 7 days, but you could stretch it to 10 and still wish for more. You can rent a motorbike in Chiang Mai. Make sure it's in good condition and check the brakes, you'll use them a lot. Going by car is comfier and safer during the rainy season, and ideal for groups or cautious drivers. Watch out for the sharp turns. The loop's famous for a reason. If you're new to biking, go slow and skip riding at night. Rain can make roads slick. Dry season is the safest, but the green season is the most beautiful. Some areas get chilly at night, so don't forget your jacket. The Mae Hong Son Loop isn't just about where you go, it's about how it feels. The changing air, the isolation, the kindness of strangers in roadside cafes. This isn't a checklist trip, it's a freedom trip. The kind where your best memories won't be the temples or towns, but the moments in between. And when you make it back to Chiang Mai, you'll know why the road matters just as much as the destination. Have you ever visited Thailand? Leave a comment and let us know. If you find this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to World Travel Guide.